Bam, we're live. I apologize, I'm so late. Is this a new record for me? Is this a PR? Is this the latest? I deeply apologize. I totally lost track of time this morning. Some mornings I'm dilly-dallying. I'm still, like, reading something or looking at something, but this morning just got away from me. I think I soaped my butt twice this morning and then shaved a little bit, and I lost 5 minutes. Is the power down in Cali? Fair question. No excuse. 7:07. Holy shit. I looked at my, clock and it said 7:06, and I was like, "What? How the fuck did that happen?" Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, good morning. I stayed up really late last night. I was watching Ian Carroll's, YouTube page, Ian Carroll, and I fell down this, I started a video at 11 o'clock at night that was an hour long. I know, I have no excuse. Nothing, just late and douchey. Vincent blowing. Vincent blowing. What the fuck, Sevy? Just late, just douchebaggery. Peace. Peace. Just douchebaggery. Good morning, Brianna. By the way, someone sent me a video of Mason Mitchell cleaning 405. That's the guy that I think that won to kill Taylor 2 weeks ago. Holy shit. I don't know if anyone's gonna publish that video. Um, I don't know if I've ever seen anyone. I was trying to picture Guy pulling under 405. I don't know if I've ever seen anyone pull under 405 like that who's a CrossFitter. It is wild how explosive and fast that dude is. I'm talking fast. Mason Griffin, dude. Oh, not Mason Mitchell, wrong Mason. Oh, thank you. Whatever. A Mason dude, the dude with the good body. It is crazy. Mason Griffin. Is it on his Instagram? Mason Griffin. It is crazy. I normally just look at lifts like that and I'm just like, okay, whatever, okay, strong or not strong. This is a oh, he's got a 385. I don't see his 405 on there. It is freakish. Don't worry us like that again. Oh, sorry. Sorry. You thought like I died. I got old and died. Oh, he doesn't even have it in his story. Well, hopefully he'll post it. It is crazy. Now that I look at his Instagram, this dude, I can't believe how young this dude looks. Normally you think 405 is impressive just because of the weight, right? Like, whoa, you lifted 405 pounds off the ground, rotated the bar, and pulled yourself under. This one is, this is the weights and, yeah, 210's great. 210's great. I was proud of myself that I failed 185 the other day, and I was proud of myself. I pulled underneath it twice. No problem. No fear. But this is crazy how he pulls under it. Damn, he looks so young here. Look, and you'd think the T count would be crazy low with all those Noble shirts, but no. Oh, he doesn't even really post on Instagram. That's like 5 posts ago, and it's 4 years ago. When is this last post? Maybe he doesn't even post them. It's just the April. When's this one right here? January. Yeah, so he's not really a he doesn't really post. Look how young he looks there. Anyway, hopefully hopefully someone will post that. It's nuts. It's true. It is really. What did you say his name is? Mason Griffin? Mason Griffith? Griffin? What's his name? Morning Sevy, Paul Kane. Here senility's a bitch. Oh, Mason Griffin. Mason Griffin dude. He's a Mason Griffin dude. So I was watching the Ian Carroll video last night. Oh man. And the whole video is about blackmail. And the video is an hour and 10 minutes long, and it's talking about how widespread blackmail is in politics. When is Sevan podcast team going to take on Kill Taylor? You could scale it. It'd be good viewing. Oh, thanks. Do you guys remember that story years ago? And it was, someone was using Yahoo in the UK as a so basically the US government it got revealed that the US government was taking pictures with people's, computer cameras every 5 seconds and every single person's computer cameras. Do you remember that story that broke out? And then some people were like, "There wouldn't be enough storage for that." And other people are like, "Shut the fuck up. That's easy to store." And they were basically spying on people. And as I recall, the way the story broke, how we found out was the people at the NSA, National, what does NSA stand for? NSA, National Security Agency. The reason why the story broke was because there were dudes at the NSA that were picking their favorite pictures, like sex pictures, or funny pictures, and they were passing them around. So you know what I mean? Like a guy jerking off to like, you know, uh porn and a load fires in his eye, and then they were grabbing the clips or the footage, and they were passing it around amongst themselves. And that shit leaked. You guys remember that? Yeah, that's why I put a sticker on mine. And there were some details about the story that I remember that basically the US government was doing it in the UK because that was the legal workaround on how they were spying on US citizens. But it was everyone's computer. It was like everyone's computer. So that story comes and goes, and that's that. And you don't you just don't hear about that stuff as much anymore. But you have to guess that it's way more prevalent, right? Than ever before. That the spying on people is just like, I mean, I assume everything. I wrote an email the other day, but something obscure to someone about some product, and then next thing I know, Instagram was dropping me ads about it, and I had never talked about it before. I can't remember what it was. But we know that you have to be stupid not to think that every single thing you do or write or say on your computer isn't being watched or heard. Never heard that one. Wonder if they got me hammering myself to porn. Yeah. They don't care if you're hammering yourself to porn, but they want to keep that on file. Anyway, so Ian Carroll talks at length about a company called Paragon Spyware, and they have some spyware software called Graphite. And that company was founded by two Israelis, the former both of them with the same name. Surprise, surprise. Ehud. One of them, Ehud Barak. I guess that guy used to be the former prime minister of Israel. And then another guy, another Ehud. They were both intelligence guys over in Israel. And they founded this company. And this company has a hack into Signal, Telegram, and WhatsApp. They can see everything being done on Signal, Telegram, and WhatsApp. And they sell their services. Ian was reporting this shit like it was fact. And he even talks about how much it costs. He said for 250 euros, you could hire this company, Paragon, to spy on someone's cell phone. And they can put the software that spies on you, your Signal, Telegram. I don't use any of these, or WhatsApp. I guess I use a little bit of WhatsApp. And supposedly that you shouldn't be able to spy on people who are using those apps because they're encrypted, whatever the fuck that means, right? I don't even know what that means, but that's just like a fancy word us idiots use that give us confidence that no one's looking at our shit, right? So when you're meeting with your mistress, no one knows, so you use Signal. All the cool people I know use Signal. And when I mean cool, I'm joking. They're usually douchebags. So they've been watching everything happening on Signal, WhatsApp, and Telegram, and they can put the spyware on your phone, just they can put it on there. You don't have to open or click anything. They can just put it on anyone's spy phone. Oh, thank you. Ehud. Ehud. It means Jewish. Oh, Ehud. Pronounced Ehud. Ehud Barak. Barak. Thank you, Miss Odier. And the story broke, I guess, in Politico and and by the way, the part that makes it seem like this is 100% true is that, Facebook has given them a cease and desist. Facebook has told them, "If you don't stop spying on our users, we're gonna sue you." So that makes me think that they really are spying on you. Oh, thank you, Joe. This I mean, I don't know if this is true, but this makes a lot of sense. It's because if the phone is compromised, the encryption doesn't matter. Most encryption um is in flight between phones. Okay, that so the way I'm understanding what Joe is saying is that if I signal something to you, I text you something using the Signal app, the encryption happens, the stuff that garbles it all up happens while it's in flight to the other phone, and then the other phone has the ability to unscramble it, and you get the message. But if the software, the spyware is already on your phone, they actually see what you type. That makes sense. I don't know if it's true, but I like it, Joe. It makes sense. What you're saying makes sense. I can get my head wrapped around it. Yeah, there you go. Rambler knows. The Pegasus software. Boy, it is thank you. Okay, good. Thank Joe explains it for 8th graders. I explain it for kindergartners. Uh, I just wanted to it's crazy. So this guy, Ehud, Barak, former prime minister of Israel, and this other guy, Ehud, who works for, Israel secret intelligence at the highest level. He's co-founded many companies with Jeffrey Epstein. Many companies with Jeffrey Epstein. And this company they have, what's it called? It's in Milan, Italy, and they launched this company. So another important step in the process of explaining this is, I guess Israel used to do all of this spying internally, and this kind of ties it to the NSA thing. But one of the ways they were having to try to work around and keep this shit more secret is they started launching these private companies who then would outsource these services to the Israeli government. But what ended up happening is they started just spying on people to whoever was the highest bidder. And what unfolded in Italy is that they found out that these Israeli agents through this company, Paragon, and using this hacking software called Graphite, that they had built dossiers on 800,000 Italians. And what's crazy about that, just think about that. How many people live in Italy? I'm gonna guess 49 million, population of Italy. I'll go as high as 112 million. 58 million. 59, let's say 60 million Italians. So 1 in 60 people there, they built a dossier on, meaning they figured out some way just to automate this shit, and they're just creating dossiers on everyone. Little biographies. I highly recommend going over and watching the YouTube video. Do you guys remember they even tie it to Khashoggi? Do you remember the Washington Post reporter? This was a few years ago. This was an incredible story. It was a Washington Post reporter. I forget what his ethnicity was, but he got summoned and called to go to the Turkish embassy, to the Saudi embassy in Turkey. He was in Turkey and he was told, "Hey, we want to see you at the Saudi embassy." So he showed up there with his girlfriend. His girlfriend waited outside. Khashoggi never came out of the embassy. And later, audio tapes were released and you could hear him being chopped up into little pieces. And the night before, the Saudis had sent 2 G5s to Turkey, and one of them had a doctor in there and like 13 other security agents. They grabbed this fucking guy and fucking chopped this guy up into little pieces and then fucking flew him back to Saudi Arabia. David, Sevon, the NSA knows how many times you go to the toilet, every day. He's not joking. And, supposedly this guy, the guy Khashoggi was being spied on by these people. These people, the Saudis use the services of this company to, spy on this guy. And that guy, I think, was somehow this is wild. He doesn't get into it in detail, but this guy was somehow tied to the Vegas shootings too. There was some evidence that Harvey Weinstein used the services of this company, Paragon, to spy on his accusers. So you would accuse Harvey Weinstein of something, he would contact, Ehud Barak, who he was good friends with, and he says, "Hey, can you get me dossiers on the people who are accusing me?" And then basically they just get everything that was on your everything that's on your phone. I mean, that for starters. They know every website you went to. And the implications of this is that basically every single person in power, basically what Ian's alluding to is every single person in power, there's a dossier on. And this group, they actually choose people, they get behind and back people who they have a lot of evidence on to actually run for power and then use these dossiers to blackmail them and get them to do what they want to do. And the real unsettling one right now is the one on RFK. How all of a sudden RFK's flipped the script on vaccines. I mean, he was implying that they got shit on the Pope. I mean, you have to assume they got shit on everyone, right? At one part in the video, Ian was talking about how they collect all of the data from America's 911 calls, and I couldn't figure out what the implication was there, but it wasn't good. And, I've been telling my kids forever, I'm like, "Just assume that everything you type and say is being just recorded somewhere." After watching this, I'm, like, completely, convinced. I needed the reminder, it was good. But that basically they have stuff on every single person, right? From Trump to Putin to they got it like, it's like there's someone out there who's got something on everyone. They see all your Signal, WhatsApp, and Telegram. Isn't it bizarre to think that anyone would think anything you write on your phone was protected? And the story has hit the mainstream press in Italy. All this stuff is in the mainstream press in Italy. I guess their prime minister was hacked, this Georgia lady. But I haven't heard this story, in the United States yet. But you have to assume it's happening here as soon as you heard all this stuff. It's some wild shit. But I guess it makes sense. What a horrible way to live your life. I don't know if I could live under that pressure. You would think more politicians would kill themselves. The moral to the story is just know that everything you're doing, you should just be comfortable with it being published on the cover of the New York Times. Uh, Advanced 911 services enable the service provider to access your camera and geolocation when you dial 911 from a smartphone. Damn. Wow. And I chased the guy who stole the bike from the little old Chinese lady. They knew exactly when I called 911, they knew exactly where I was at. You're naive if you don't think this was the case. Assume you were compromised but not interesting enough, but if they wanted, they could hop in and read your stuff. Yeah, that's kinda how I roll. That's why whenever I look at porn, I always choose porn that'll make me seem like I'm a good guy. Like fat, ugly, fat, ugly black women. Fat, ugly, pregnant black women. And then I'm like, "Oh, Sevon's a good dude," if they ever catch me jerking off to porn. He's not racist, he's okay with pregnant women. I try to cover my bases. Make it so it's a soft landing for me. Fucking try not to get greedy with my porn. Anything that says teenager, just scroll right by that shit. Whew. I try to stay away from the tranny porn. What if it actually arouses me? I'm fucked. You thought I didn't watch porn? I don't. I mean, sometimes. Rarely. Much less now that I don't travel. Much less now that I don't travel. Much less. Much. I don't even need to click on the videos. I don't even need to click on the videos. Like, there's on the porn sites, you can just hold the button down, the screen down, and it will just show you, like, little clips, and that's enough for me. You know what I mean? I don't try not to watch. I've nuked porn too. Nuked it. What does that mean? Yeshua is watching. God, that's the least of my Yeshua. That's the least of my worries. For crying out loud. This is all conspiracy theory. We're hard at work defending the nation with proper surveillance and censorship tools endorsed by our federal judges in U.S. Supreme Court. Yeah, I do old lady. In a pinch, I do old lady porn to help my social credit score. Listen, it doesn't take much for me. I watched porn a couple days ago. Guys these days have huge dongs. Yeah, you're always being watched. If Yeshua is watching you watch porn, then he's watching you have sex too. He's watching everything. What if he is the one watching porn through your eyes? Yeshua's watching the porn. If he's watching you watch porn, then he's also watching the porn. Oh, Yeti. Oh, Yeti. Oh, Yeti. Austin-based company, right? The old Yeti. The old Yeti.
Canceled a conservative order for a custom conservative mug because it said conservative women on it. Originally, with this organization, they had allowed these orders to go through, no problem. They ordered these in the past, there was no issues. But this year, when they placed an order that said, again, conservative women, Yeti responded after accepting the order. They responded again and said, actually, we've canceled your order. Sorry, it says political language. We don't do that. We can't do that. That breaks our policies. So the organization saw that and thought, I wonder if they would apply that same logic if it said something liberal or progressive on it. So they tested the theory this week and they ordered something that said progressive on it, and the order went through. Well, would you look at that? Okay, listen to this.
After our recent Yeti order got canceled, people were wondering, and they were asking us if Yeti's policies were really biased against conservatives, or if Yeti would apply their ban on, quote, political language.
I want you to look at something here. This has nothing to do with Yeti. Look at the difference between these women. That woman on the bottom, when you fuck her and then you wake up in the morning, sorry, when you make love to her and you wake up in the morning, she looks exactly the same. She looks exactly the same as when you took her home and railed her. Identical. The girl on the top, do you realize we have no idea what that thing looks like? None. That thing, every square inch of that thing is covered. Its face, its hair is a different color. I don't know what the fuck's going on with that thing's teeth. She looks like she has mannequin teeth. Just complete, like everything about that chicken on the podcast is just completely fake. You know what I do? I get up in the morning, I move around, get my fucking old ass body moving. I make a cup of coffee, I shower. I wake up and I brush my teeth, and then when I'm done, after I drink my first cup of coffee, I brush my teeth again just with water. And then that's it. And then I do that right before I come on the air. I try to figure out which side I'm going to part my hair. Like, am I going to do? And I just do this. That's it. Done. I can't even imagine putting that much work into my shit. You can't even see that chick's. I know we accept it, but that chick's a clown. Like, I don't mean that in a derogatory way. That thing's a clown. Joe has less work than that thing.
Equally, even to non-conservative groups.
We were giving them the benefit of the doubt, but Yeti failed us.
2 of our students took it upon themselves to order another Yeti cup with the words "Proud Texas Progressive."
Proud Texas Progressive. That sounds just as political as saying conservative women. Progressive, conservative. It's the same thing. Yeti.
And it was delivered. It was here last night, and here it is. Same company, same process, same everything, except for this progressive order sails through while our conservative one got canceled.
Okay, so that proves it, everyone.
I think that the less time your woman spends getting ready, the cooler your chick is. What does that mean by the cooler? The less you fight with her, the more accepting she is, the more at peace she is. You think that's true? You think that's like 80% true? Yeah, you think that's true? Yeah. You ever seen you see Christmas Abbott, and like you're at an event and you're like, fuck, she's hot as fuck. She's all sweaty, no makeup, hair's in a ponytail back in the day. And then you see her somewhere out in public and it's like, what the fuck? You don't even recognize her. Yeah, you agree to a point. I understand long hair is like a lot to deal with. The only thing I insist is a cleanly shaven vagina. Jesus criminy, dude. That is disgusting. You like a bald vagina? Ugh. 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 Taco dessert. Wow. All right. That sounds. Ugh. Can't stand that.
We gave Yeti a shot. Maybe their policies were fair. Maybe they just really didn't want to talk about anything political. They really just wanted to stay out of it. They don't. Fact check, false. End of story. Great job for doing the test.
I mean, this chick seems cool. I don't sense any like affect in her voice. She seems chill. I like the girl. I just like all that fucking work. Her nails, I just like, does that take an hour to do that? Her hair, her like every part of her is covered with something.
Girls, great job. So last week, Yeti canceled a conservative order for a custom.
I don't even know how I love a good you love a good brain on a chick? You love a good what? Oh, you're back to your old avatar photo. That's cool. If my wife dyed her hair, I would have a talk with her. I'd have a talk with her. The other day I walked into I was in the bathroom and I walked into the kitchen naked. I had just gotten out of the shower and I reached into the drawer where we keep these big scissors. I have these scissors that I get from Home Depot. They can like cut through nails and shit, but they look like just regular scissors. They're like the big Milwaukee scissors. And she's in there. I don't know what she was doing, baking bread or something, and probably making a steak. And I take just a handful of my pubes and I cut them off. And I look up at her and she looks at me. She goes, "What are you doing?" I go, "I'm just cutting off a chunk of pubes." She's like, "Could you shouldn't do that in the kitchen." She's like, "Why?" She's like, "They're gonna get everywhere." So what? What do you mean? No, I got them. They're right here. I got them. I got them. I got them. What do you mean they're gonna fall? They're gonna get everywhere. Got them. That's it. That's maintenance. They got them. Just imagine just a tuft of pubes right here. The ones that are scary to get, the pubes that are scary to get, that are between the leg and the ball sack with scissors. Because it's so like bushy down there and you got to grab them, but you're just so like, there's no room for error. Yeah, you let them grow long enough to grab. Yeah. Big old handle. You think that's gross? How the fuck could that be gross? What is wrong with you guys? Is this for me? Vomit and what the fuck? Are you kidding me? The kitchen? What do you mean? Wow. What do you guys do? I don't ever go down there. If I can't see, the worst is the ass ball connection. I don't if I can't see it, I don't deal with it. Like this morning, there was there's some hair coming up from my back threatening to connect with the back of my hair, and I just took my Philip 1 and just shaved it off. But it was only because I could see it in the mirror. I wasn't Christine Young, your wife can't change her hair color, but you can groom yourself in the kitchen. I don't know if I'd say groom myself. It was just one cut. It was just one bro, literally anywhere but the kitchen. All right. Hey, you know what? I feel the pressure from my wife and you guys. And maybe I won't do it in the kitchen anymore. Maybe what should I take the scissors and go back to the bathroom? We had a Manscaped sponsorship. They sent me, I swear to God, they sent me 10 different razors. It was crazy. I still have one of them. I only kept one. I gave the rest away. No, I don't flush the pubes. Rambler says toilet so you can flush them. I don't flush the pubes. I put them in the trash can. And when I used to travel, when I worked a lot, that was the kind of thing I would do, like in a hotel room. I was considerate like that. I'd be like, you know what? I should probably do my manscaping here so I don't make a mess. But now it's like, I'm old. It's like, whatever. Yeah, pube scissors are in the kitchen. They're not pube scissors. They're everything scissors. They're everything scissors. Here's the thing. Just know this. 90% of the listeners do exactly what I do. And you're in the minority if you find anything odd about it. Once they're used as pubes, they're pube scissors. Wow. All right. I kind of buy that. 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 Kind of buy that. God, can you imagine how paranoid I'd be if I was in the dating scene? I wonder how many dates. I wonder how many dates you have to be on before. I wonder how long do you have to live with someone before you can go in the kitchen and trim a handful of your pubes? Is that before or after you can shit with the door open? Oh, never. You never can do that? 5 years. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. 2 weeks. I like this, yeah. Second date. Here's the thing, ladies. Listen. No guy, no guy, no man would care if on the first date, no man anywhere on planet Earth would care if you came to his house and you might even score points. Let me start over again. Every man on planet Earth you would score points with if on the first date you said, "Hey, do you have any scissors?" And he said, "Yeah." And then you just lowered your pants and chopped off a tuft of your pubes and put them in the trash. Solid advice from Natalie. Just don't shit in the kitchen. Haley better outlive you. You will never find another that lets you do any of that. Really? Is that true? Oh, wow. Yeah. That's solid. My wife accidentally did the first fart like on the second date. Best thing for my stomach health to happen. 8 years later, I fart whenever I feel like it. That's solid. Heavy Sevy, you're gay then, and that's okay. You're saying you're not okay. You wouldn't be okay if on a first date a girl chopped off a tuft of her pubes. I would see that as like a mating call. She's letting you know. That's like signaling. You know, like when a peacock puts up its feathers. I don't know how we got onto this, but yeah, definitely someone wrote, "Don't shit in the kitchen." Yeah, don't shit in the kitchen. Definitely don't. Definitely don't shit in the kitchen. Although we have a bathroom in our kitchen. It's really weird. I only use it. I get up really early in the morning. I only use that bath. That's the only time of day I really like to use that bathroom. It's just too close to the kitchen. The bathroom door opens, and when the bathroom door is open and you're taking a shit, you're looking at the refrigerator. And I have this weird fan in there. I don't know if anyone can explain this to me. I'm sure there's. I've been wanting to bring this up for years now. The fan in my bathroom, you have to turn it on and off and on pretty quickly, not too fast, like on, off, on before it starts spinning. But when you just turn it on, the light in the fan changes, but it doesn't turn on. Oh, same here. Yeah, what is that? What is that? What is that? Oh, Graciano Rubio to the fucking to save the day. I was unfazed by a baby being born. If pubes are your limit, you don't like women. Yeah, I was more attracted to the puss after I saw the baby be born. I'm like, "Oh, that thing's fucking magical. That thing's crazy." The pussy's actually more beautiful when it's giving a baby than just in its regular fucking Shar-Pei status. It actually gets more attractive. If you like that shit, who said Jake Chapman, if you like that shit shaved, you should see that shit when it's having a baby. Thing is smooth as fucking taut bed sheets. Okay, back to the fan. Why does the fan do that? It's a switch for one or both. It's I have a separate light switch, and then I have and there's 3 switches. There's 2 different lights in there, and then there's a switch for the fan. That was a great question though. No, it's not the motors going bad. That's a good guess because the fan in the laundry room is exactly the same. And when you turn it on, a light goes on. I feel like it's some sort of automated mode that it's like looking for something before it goes on. Yeah, when the puss is engorged, it's crazy. All the wrinkles leave. Dude, the pubes don't get in anyone's food. Oh, you don't want them around my food. Oh, your food. Okay. Yeah, okay, motor is shagged. No. No, no, no. No, it has nothing to do with the motor. It's always been like that. It's been like that since we moved in. Oh, wow. It's a remove controlled fan. Look for a remote. Hmm. I'll never find the remote. I never saw a remote. Maybe the motor has pubic hair in it. Nope, it's not like that. All right, we just don't know. I have to bring it up in 5 more years. No, listen, I can go in there and I can turn the switch on and I see the light goes from orange to blue. And then I turn it on and off again and the light goes to orange to blue again and then the fan turns on. I'm gonna would you feel the same way if your wife trimmed her pubes in the kitchen? Wow. I need to, she needs to do it. I need to see it. I need to I don't think so. I don't think I give 2 fucks. But I think it would have to be tested out. Yeah, I think you're right. Sounds like my automatic fan. Try leaving them on and see if they come on when it's humid and turns themselves off after a while. Yeah, I wonder if that's and there's no in both ironically, the 2 rooms that have those fans, they don't have showers in them. The other 2 bathrooms have showers and they don't have those fans. My wife's been asking me to clean the fan in our bathroom forever. It looks like a black mold factory in there. Like you can look in there and see it. I'm not cleaning that fan. I'm gonna hire an electrician to just come change it and throw it away, right? Can we eat outside? uh Sevon doesn't blink about Taylor's disgusting feet on the table, so Angel Haley can do whatever. Listen, his feet. Taylor has beautiful feet. Dude, mold spores are getting in the air if it's everywhere. I mean, everywhere. Just the whole. You look up at the fan, it's just black. I don't even know if it's mold. Maybe it's just dirt. Who the fuck knows? How could any fan not have mold in it or black shit? I mean, it's a fucking fan. It's sucking shit, everything up from the room. You know, I have air cleaners all over my house. I have one here in the office, and I got 3 in the house. And each one of them is supposed to be is certified or whatever to do my entire house. Like each one of them is like a 2,500 foot air cleaner, and I think my house is 2,500 square feet, and so each one of them could do the whole house by itself. But I have 3 of them in the house, and they have a cloth filter on the outside, and then on the inside there's a HEPA filter. And it's wild. The cloth, and I have lots of replacement cloth filters on the outside, and I change the cloth filter every week. I just take it off and throw it in the washing machine. And it's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy how much dust is on the cloth filter. You'd be blown away if you don't have an air filter, how much like cloth dust and shit there is in your house. It's wild. It's crazy. My house is so clean. My wife keeps the house so clean, it's crazy. I mean, how am I living? And my property just smells like just like green and flowers everywhere. Like everywhere, like I can't. You think you would get used to it? I don't. Like I walk out in the morning just now to walk to my office, and I'm like, holy shit! How many flowers am I smelling right now? It's nuts. Everything's blooming. It's bonkers. You have to change it. It's toxic, more than fluoride in toothpaste. So you're telling me that the shit my fan pulls out of my house and blows out to my roof is somehow hurting me? Listen how ridiculous that sounds. Yeah, we have a robot vacuum. I kind of want one of those. We have enough shit on our floor though. Like we have like air cleaners, a dehumidifier, kid shit, in the entryway there's kid shit everywhere, tennis bags, and my wife's not going to let me do there's no fucking way my wife is going to let me do a one of those robots. What are they called? Zumbas? So, robot vacuums map your house and upload it to the Chinese cloud. Yep. Well, I think that's true too. Pat, I think all our politicians are compromised. That's my default. I don't even know if it's true, but like I think they are. Last night after I watched, I was thinking about you, Pat, last night, and I was like, well, I'm 5% closer to Pat today. This one's for you, Pat, though. This one bring a big dose of reality. Here we go.
2 years of documented school shootings in America conducted by teenagers.
52% of school shootings in America, 52 years, the data shows, done by teenagers.
Do you know 100% of them were on either an antidepressant or on a barbiturate drug for anxiety? And every one of these
Wait, you're telling me that every single school shooter has been on drugs and I'm supposed to be surprised? Every single one? Hey, I'm going to chalk those killings up then to medical deaths. You think that's bullshit? You think that, but David, you think that's bullshit? I don't know, dude. I'm open to it being bullshit. What percentage would you give it, David? What percentage could I give you before you'd be like, no, that's not bullshit? Think about that. At that point, if every single school shooting conducted by teenagers in 52 years, the shooter was on drugs, at that point, you have to chalk those up to medical deaths. The third leading cause of death in the United States are medical errors. And then you have to just throw that in there too. Those deaths. 70 to 80. Okay, I'll meet you there. Let's do it. Let's do 75. How's that? We cool? We cool? Yeah, Jake, also 100% of school shooters use guns. Also, hey, Jake, here's some other ones. 100% of school shooters were born from a woman. 100% of school shooters breathe oxygen. 100% of school shooters happened on planet Earth. 100% of school shooters had hair on their head. 100% of school shooters were boys. I mean, we could go on and on with the 100% thing. Kevin, correlation is not causation, but this is a shocking stat. But it's not, right? But Kevin, it's not a shocking stat, right? It's not.
antidepressants, including Prozac, Zoloft, Xanax, you name them, all these anti-anxiety drugs and antidepressants, do you know every single one of them are published to increase the risk of suicide behavior and actions, and I quote, lead to violent and homicidal actions. 100% of all school shooters, for the documented 52 years of history, we've been tracking them and studying them, 100% of all the shooters were on drugs that are published and prescribed by your medical doctor, brought to you by CVS and Walgreens and others. 52 years of documented school shootings in America.
Hey, I bet you the arguments my wife and I get in, I can't remember. I'm trying to think. I can't remember. I think for every sip of alcohol I have, the chances of me getting in an argument with my wife increase by 1% within a 24-hour period. I bet you that's true. I bet you that's true. Now, for David, for every sip of alcohol him and his girl have, there's 1% chance closer that he gets to putting it in her ass. So I understand the trade-off. But there should be no surprise. Those are the kind of things. Those are the kind of things that you think would be important, right? You would look at the suicide rate of people who aren't on drugs, prescription drugs, and then look at how many people, the suicide rate and the number of people killed by people on drugs, and you have to do some like, hey, what's better for you? Do you know this? Do you know this drug? Have you guys heard of this drug called Vaxilis? You guys heard of this drug? It was approved in 2023. Vaxilis.com. It has here it is right here. It has 6 vaccines in it. Diphtheria, tetanus toxoids, Exceller pertussis, inactivated poliovirus. I don't know what this next word is, Joe. You're going to have to pronounce this one. Haemophilus B conjugate. Olivia, can you help me pronounce that word? It's a Haemophilus B. Homeo. How do you pronounce it? A-E. I didn't learn that in the 2nd grade. Haemophilus B conjugate and hepatitis B vaccine. Those are the 6 vaccines that are in this one shot. This has been approved for children 6 weeks through 4 years of age prior to the 5th birthday. Six. So I looked up the death rate of this this vaccine. Is it an mRNA-based vaccine? I don't know. That's a good question. It was released in 2023. I looked up the death rate of this this vaccine. What do you think the death rate is? Haemophilus. Hemophilus? Hemophilus? Thank you, Melinda. Hemophilus? Hemophilus? What do you think the death rate is of that vaccine? The death rate of that vaccine is 0.2%. 0.2% of the people who take that vaccine die. Now, when they say they die, by the way, there's speaking of correlation and causation, we'll get to that in a minute. There's some really strong wording in the that comes with that vaccine. 0.2% die from the Vaxilis vaccine. When I say die, I mean like within 49 days, people die of like SIDS and shit like that. Yeah, crazy. Hank Reeves. I know you're like, wait, what? You can look it up. Storm Williams, 0%. Do you know what the death rate is? Worst case scenario. In worst case scenario, in U.S. history, the worst numbers I could find that people die from measles was 500 people died for every 3 million people that got it. That's 1600ths of a percent. 1600ths of a percent. Yeah, 2 in 1,000 died. No thanks. I mean, I know I'm conflating the issues because that wasn't a vaccine for the measles. But it's not perfect context, but it definitely gives you something to think about. If they're not worried about that bacillus, but they're worried about measles, oh, we got a problem. Because no one's giving you measles. Well, unless you get the vaccine, then they're giving. Just do the math. Every time you're about to do something, do the math. My parents were skeptics on vaccines on children. I didn't get all mine until I joined the military and was forced at 19. I definitely would rather, if I were to take it, I'd rather wait later. Jake Chapman, 1 in what is that, 75 billion? One in 7 billion. You're saying you think I'm the only? You're out of your fucking mind, dude. You think I'm the only human on planet Earth that cuts his pubes in the kitchen? I wouldn't say I cut my pubes in the kitchen. I cut. Well, I've done it more than once. I've done that, but I don't sit. Listen, I want to be very clear, so I don't want to be judged heavily for this. I want to be given some grace here. It is the day after Resurrection Day. I don't trim around in there. I took a handful, done it a few times, and then just cut off, just like, you know what I mean, like just one big, like, I'm not gay. I don't do what's that called? Manscaping, or I don't do male hygiene. I'm a disgusting regular man. Flaky feet. Storm Williams, look at the process to report adverse effects deaths. A lot of people don't know how to report and probably aren't thinking to report, especially if they are dead. Oh yeah, bro, it's so bad. What's funny is the Harvard report said that VAERS was somewhere between reporting only at 1 and 10%, the vaccine injury report, that it was self-reported by doctors. And since doctors weren't paid to make the reports, the numbers they believe were significantly higher, anywhere from 10 to 100 times higher, the magnitude. And then as soon as the COVID vaccine came out, it was like, no, it's off. They're over-reporting. It's like, oh, how convenient. Well, where did you trim your pubes when you were homeless? I didn't trim my pubes until I was 40. If you're trimming your pubes before you're 40, listen, if you're trimming your pubes before you're 40, you have problems. You have serious, serious problems. Unless your job somehow unless somehow your vocation requires that. I'm short, unathletic, didn't trim my pubes, homeless, giant nose. I mean, you could name the litany of unattractive features on me, and there was never a need to do it. Like the world's always been it's so nice to me. The world's always been such a nice place to me. I've been treated very well. You think Jesus trimmed his pubes? Yeshua? Yeah, Jake Locker. You think Jesus trimmed his Yeshua trimmed his pubes? I think it's a greater sin to trim your pubes than to just use a little granny porn to take a little pressure off the valve. How's that? Yeah, that's that. Listen, that was a lie that I was unathletic. I was always crazy athletic, but I was just I never played any sports. I was just that was just a gift. I'm just a gift. Yeah, that's true. Giant hog, but no one can see your hog. You can't present with your hog. You know what I mean? Like the good thing is like, didn't someone call the other day and they were like, I was sleeping with a guy, I was having sex with a guy for 30 seconds. His penis was so small, I got up and left. Like that's the one good thing. I'm not false advertising. It only gets better. The more you get to know me, it only gets better. There's so many shortcomings. You have to compromise so much of what you want. Holy shit! I was listening. I was listening to a Kat Shear show, and I really like Kat, but she was talking about the things that she wanted in a man. And I remember, I remember I was in high school or something, and I remember someone saying something like, "I only like girls with black hair," or "I only like girls with blonde hair," or something. And I remember thinking, and all the guys were talking like that, and I'm like, "Man, these motherfuckers are stupid." At some point, when you're a genius like myself, you realize you know what you don't want. Like, I don't worry about what I want. You worry about what you don't want. I don't want a psychopath. Simple. That's it. I can't imagine like being like, okay, I want a girl with blonde hair and B boobs and works out and drives a Honda Civic and whose parents live in a different state, so I don't have to see. I can't fucking. I was just. I can't. I wouldn't even know how to be in that mindset. I think being a guy is so fucking easy. You're like, does she like me and is she not crazy? Good to go. And if you're a guy and you don't know that, like those are the only two things you want. You want a girl who fucking loves you, and you don't want them to be crazy. That's it. It doesn't matter if they won't take it in the butt or like none of that shit matters. Yeah, exactly. Women, guy must be 6 feet tall. Nothing else matters. Yeah, you're fucked if that's you're fucked. You are fucked. Yeah, I don't want a lazy woman. Yeah, there you go. That's a good one. Yeah, you don't want you don't want lazy people. I don't like a girl who watches TV unless she's folding clothes at the same time. Yeah, exactly. I don't want lazy either. Under 6 feet, men are discriminated against. I don't. I'll take a guy under 6 foot. Here's the thing, though. I don't blame women for like. It doesn't mean you can't. You can't. Sure, everyone wants a 6 foot two guy. Yeah, that's cool. That's awesome. I want a 6 foot two guy. I like my tall friends, but I'm just saying for that to be for that to be on the list of something that I mean that that's kind of like even a little bit of a necessity, you're fucked. Sevan preaching the virtue of low standards. Uh, we would have to define standards. Sevan preaching the virtue of not trusting the superficial nature of things. Like if you can't tell the difference between healthy and attractive, which I don't think most people can, you are fucked. Like you see a girl covered in makeup, like that girl was attractive. But if you think for a second there's not a high percentage chance that there's something pathologically wrong with someone who spends an hour getting ready every morning, you're fucked. Your life is fucked. You're going to be with a fucking miserable human. I promise you. You want your radar to be healthy. A smart woman sees me and is like, damn, that motherfucker's nails and pubes grow fast. He must be really fucking healthy. I'm not going to have to worry about him. A woman sees someone like Jeremy and is like, that faggot worries about mold. That's a problem. This motherfucker, you get it? You see what I'm saying? Sorry, Jeremy, you had to take some shrapnel there. I ain't worried about fucking mold. You could fucking build a bridge, the world's largest suspension bridge with my fucking pubes. You see me and you're like, motherfucker. He's short. His pubes grow fast. I bet you he's going to live a long time. And if he gets hit by a fucking car, he's still going to be able to do a day job. You marry some motherfucker who's 6'6", he trips on a crack on the sidewalk, and that guy's fucking wheelchair bound for life. I'm just telling you the facts today. Okay. More points for Pat Lang today. It really sucks. The blackmail thing got me like, I felt like I'm 5% more Pat today. But Pat, I found a racist Instagram account. It was crazy. I wanted to fucking throw up. The guy couldn't tell the difference. I thought about showing you guys, but I didn't want to give the guy any fucking attention. There's so much, people are so confused by causation oh, I need to play you one more thing really quick. Sorry. I need to play you one more thing really quick. Wait, where is it? Before I go into this causation thing, blackmail scheme, Yeti, school shooters on drugs. Before I go to this causation thing. Mating protocol. If your mating protocol is fucked up, you're fucked. You just won't be happy. I wanted to show you this thing. This is what got me on the Vaxilis thing. I saw this and then I started and by the way, to that guy's point who said low standards, you should not have low standards. But if height or where he trims his pubes is part of your standards, like you better have a hierarchy of standards. Yeah, tall's great. But it's not like it's not as important as ability to save money. Okay, here we go. Hold on.
Thursday, April 17th, I want to share with you a product that's on the market, a vaccine called Vaxilis. I pulled the package insert and here it is.
My mom probably wishes I was this guy. This is me if I went to like med school. I would think I was so smart.
This is insane. This vaccine has 6 vaccines in one: diphtheria, tetanus, pertussis, polio, Haemophilus B.
Haemophilus. That's how you pronounce it. Haemophilus.
And hepatitis B. 6 in one. Let's take a look at the package insert. First of all, they tell us that epinephrine and other appropriate agents and equipment must be available for immediate use if you're going to be giving this vaccination.
What's epinephrine? Is that like Narcan? What's epinephrine? Why is that like a red flag? What's epinephrine? Epinephrine. It's like if you have anaphylaxis shock or something. Both a neurotransmitter and hormone, but it's actually mainly as a hormone. Epinephrine, also known as an adrenaline, plays an important role. Okay, so it's just a big dose of adrenaline. Okay, so you got to have that present if you take the shot. I guess that's if you're fucking EpiPen. Okay, thanks, Ryan. Okay, here we go.
Okay, you got my attention. This vaccine is indicated for 6 weeks old through 4 years old. It goes on to say,
guys, I don't know how to tell you this in a gentle way. Do not let anyone prick your fucking kid with anything, even if they're like, hey, we just need to take a small blood sample when your child's born. Oh, we just need to give him some vitamin K. Oh, he looks a little John. Do not let anyone prick your kid. The baby's born, it goes right to the titties. Don't let them wash your baby. Don't let them wipe your baby down with wipes. None of that shit. All the pussy juices, the blood, everything stays on. The baby comes up. it breastfeeds. That's it. Do not let anyone do any of this shit to your baby, is my recommendation. I'm no doctor.
A review by the Institute of Medicine found evidence for
None of my kids were I think the Avi was bathed at 30 days old. I don't think the twins I don't even remember the twin. I don't even know when the twins were bathed. I don't even. I mean, now they have to bathe like fucking twice a day because they're fucking monsters. But, I don't even remember. I don't think the twins were bathed in their first year. Just all the pussy juices and blood. I don't even know where it goes. It just goes away or something. I didn't even wipe the baby off.
Hi.
Hi. Hey, we didn't bathe Avi for like 30 days after he came out, right?
Yeah, something like that. I don't remember exactly. It was a while.
And do you ever remember bathing the twins? Like, did the twins go 3 months?
What do you mean ever?
Did they like go like 3 months without like getting bathed?
I hate to say it, but that whole phase is such a blur to me.
All right. I love you. I'll just tell the
Sad.
story the way I want then. Okay, thank you. That's even better.
Well, that's normal.
Okay, thank you. Hey, careful. Don't say too much. All right.
Okay.
Hey,
Bye.
how many times do you think
what?
how many times do you think I've trimmed my pubes in the kitchen?
I don't know how many times you have. I'd tell you how many times I've seen it.
How many times have you seen it?
Not too many, though.
More than 2?
Too many, actually.
you
One is too many.
And that's one of the few things that you don't really like about me, right? You prefer I don't do that.
It's a little gross.
Gross?
I mean, and it's not like if you saw the boys do that, you'd be like, "What the hell are you doing? Get in the bathroom."
Oh shit. Wow.
Wouldn't you?
Wow. I would fuck the kids. That's a really good point. You're telling me if Avi came into the kitchen when he's 17 and pulled out the scissors in the drawer and cut a big handful of his pubes, I'd be like, are you fucking kidding me? Other people have to use those scissors, you jackass. Wow.
There you
okay.
go.
All right.
I'm glad I helped you with that.
All right. Thank you. Fuck. All right.
Anytime.
Wouldn't I call? Fuck. All right. Wow. Oh, I wouldn't have cared if my dad did it. I wouldn't have cared if my dad. I'm cool with my dad. Yeah, you don't need to bathe the babies. You could eat their first fucking 10 shits. It's probably cleaner than our fucking water. Like you have to understand, for people who've never had a baby, I know the people who've had babies knows they're immaculate. Like, just imagine, like, they're breastfeeding and that goes through their plumbing, and their plumbing's cleaner than the fucking inside of your mouth. No, not the tar. You're right, Troy. Check. You can't eat the first 2 shits. You can't eat the tar. Kenneth, you know what, Savon? You've changed my mind. I'm going to trim my pubes. Listen, you only get one slice at the pubes. You don't hang out in there and trim them. It's just like in a pinch. It's like, hey, I'm not a homosexual. I don't have the desire like and I say homosexual, I don't mean that in a negative way, but I know homos are like fastidious about their, you know what I mean? Their appearance. Like, if you see a guy who waxes his eyebrows, you know he likes dick in his mouth. That's okay. Just is what it is. There's a strong correlation. I'm just a I'm just that one handful slice roll.
A causal, not correlation, causal relationship between tetanus toxoid, one of the components, and both brachial neuritis and Guillain-Barré syndrome.
Guillain-Barré syndrome is a causal relationship with this vaccine.
That up, Guillain-Barré. It's a type of paralysis. It looks a lot like polio. It also says apnea.
Hey, did you hear that, by the way? Just remember that. For anyone who knows what the fuck's going on, and if you don't know what's going on, just remember you heard that. and then just store it in your brain. Guillain-Barré and polio often misdiagnosed with each other. Just remember that. That's like just remember that. If you know, you're like, oh shit. If you don't know, then don't worry. Just store that in the, like, you know how like you have a bunch of shit like you heard and you're not sure like what to do with it? Put that over there. That one's like really important. I thought Guillain-Barré was a games athlete. Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough.
Difficulty breathing, you kind of stop breathing following intramuscular vaccination has been observed in some infants. Oh, but it gets better. First of all, studies that brought this product to market, there is not a single randomized controlled study with an inert placebo. It's only tested against other vaccinations. Ingredients, you're going to love this. 319
They tested against other vaccinations. Now listen to the ingredients of this. By the way, you can check this out. The website's there. It's vaxillus.com.
micrograms of aluminum is used as an adjuvant. That
Aluminum.
is, stimulates the immune system to wake up to the antigens that are in this vaccine. Other ingredients, formaldehyde, bovine serum albumin, that's albumin or protein that comes from cows. Then they put some antibiotics in here, neomycin, streptomycin, polymyxin B. What could possibly go wrong? And of course, my favorite part, section 13.1. It's right here. I'm not making this up. Vaxillus has not been evaluated for carcinogenic or mutagenic potential or impairment of fertility. It is
Of fertility.
Thursday, April 17th.
Just know. I know. Some of you are bored with it. You're like, hey, I'd never give my kid that anyway. Or, hey, I like the Sevon podcast. This is just the quackadoodle part. But listen, there's one or two of you who are just fucking saved your kids and yourself. So kudos to you. I'm glad he's wearing a stethoscope. So we know he's not just a dude in a t-shirt. Hey, you know that's a really funny experiment to do. I went to Hawaii once with Greg for 2 weeks. And I was just in shorts the entire time. I didn't put on any other clothes. Just shorts and a stethoscope. It was just part of my costume. No one said anything. It was kind of cool. I liked it. I just wore for 2 weeks. I just wore shorts, board shorts, and a stethoscope. It's genius. It's genius. I don't even know why I did it. I guess I just had too much money back then, and I just bought like a $200 stethoscope on Amazon. And then I just was like, fuck it. It's going to be part of my accoutrement. You've heard this one? Really? Wow. Tell me one other person that remembers that story. No, no one thought I was smart and cool. That's for sure. They probably thought I was a tool, but I didn't care. I was happy to be a tool. You remember that too? Maybe you told me personally. I was there in the... Well, that rules out that you were on that trip. There were a lot of people on that trip. There was too many. Imagine being in a fucking, I don't know, $20 or $30 million home, maybe 40 million, who the fuck knows, on the beach that sleeps 10 people, but there's 20 people staying there. It was fucking chaos. I made a video, the Kauai doc, and I was wearing it. Maybe. You told us last week. Are you fucking kidding me? Don't fuck with me like that. No, Greg was there. He saw me wearing this. He didn't say one thing about it. Stethoscope. It was fun. I should do that shit again. Oh, they're messing with me? Okay, good. Yeah, Greg paid for everyone. Yep. He built a gym in the front yard. I think a massive gym, outdoor gym in the front yard. I think I don't remember anyone else using it besides me and Haley. I think the only photo of me ever with abs is I was doing a muscle up and someone snapped a photo. But you know when you're like crunched in that position, like if you have any fucking chance of having an ab, it'll show up then. I think that's okay. On to the most controversial. Oh, wow. We're cruising today. On to the most controversial topic of the day. Fee Sagafi. No, not Fee Sagafi. Yeah, I think that's fair. Now I'm going to assume all the docs out here are just wearing stethoscopes for fun. Yep. Hey. I mean, all right. Here we go. I'll leave that alone. Here we go. When is it acceptable for men to cry? Action.
Give you some free advice out there. When you hear that modern woman say, "I want a man that's not afraid to cry," no, she doesn't. Nobody wants that guy. Nobody wants a weepy guy. Sorry, it's just not a case. There are 5 reasons why a man can cry. Family member dies, good friend dies, dog dies, John Wayne dies in the Cowboys, or you walk your daughter down the aisle. I gave myself that last one. No shame. No shame. Yeah. Other than that, you just take all those emotions and you either turn them into sarcasm or a better bench press, right? There you go. No charge. Hey guys, I'm going to give you some free advice
Family
out there.
member
When you hear
dies?
that modern woman say, "I want a man that's not afraid to cry," no, she doesn't. Nobody wants that guy. Nobody wants a weepy guy. Sorry, it's just not a case. There are 5 reasons why a man can cry. Family member dies, good friend dies, dog dies, John Wayne dies in the Cowboys, or you walk your daughter down the aisle. I gave myself that last one. No shame. No shame. Yeah. Other than that,
Okay,
you just
so-
take all those emotions and you either turn.
So let's just family member dies, check. Right? Check. Family member dies. Got it. Check. There was one of these that I just need to make sure, because this is a great list. Great question. Really quick, Trish. Yeah, she passes the morning after test. She's good. We're good to go. I mean, the eyelashes are a little much, but like whatever. Everyone's doing it. Like whatever. Yeah, and her hair's fake as fuck, but she's cool. She's not. I don't think she's over the top. Do you? Close. She's getting close. She's done something to her eye. Nope, she doesn't pass. Fuck her. She's too much work. Fuck that. Nope, she doesn't pass. Family member dies. Friend. Now listen, there's sorry, pause. There's exceptions. You're going to a wedding. Listen to this. Here's something we can all agree on. You ready? Here's something we can all agree on. 90% of the weddings we go to, the brides look 50% worse than when we saw them just in regular life. Do we agree on that? 90% of the weddings we go to, the bride looks like shit. Oh, you disagree? You disagree? %. Oh, you 100% disagree? You're fucking confusing me. I'm telling you. Brides always look good. Oh my God. I cannot think of one bride that I've seen that looks good. I was going to say 100%, but brides look like shit. I disagree, but I've only been to one. You only need to go 4 weddings. You only need to go to one. I've been to 4 weddings too. Every single one, the bride looks like complete shit. She doesn't even look like what she's supposed to look like. God, their faces are fucked up. They do weird shit to their hair. They cover their face in clown makeup. Okay, back to the deaths. Family. Family member dies, check. I think we're gonna all agree on that, even if we don't. Friend dies, check. Cry. Dog dies, check. And then walking the daughter down the aisle, check. I'm gonna give that. And that can be walking the daughter down the aisle is the same what Jethro said. Seeing your kid do a solo dance, you get overwhelmed. That put that in the whole like I'll put that in the whole wedding category, right? Family does something emotional, right? Like I caught myself almost cry when my kid got his first gray belt. The second and third gray belts, the kids, I didn't cry, but I didn't cry at my kid's birth either. I don't think I did I? I cried when the doctor told me we were having twins. Or not the doctor, but the Jamaican lady who did the ultrasound on my wife. Those were weird tears. Those were tears of joy. I don't get those very often. was more. It didn't even affect my breathing. Just water started coming from my eyes. Have you guys ever had that? It's a very unique kind of crying when water comes from your eyes, but it doesn't affect your breathing. I think with John, I cry in pretty much every movie I go to. But I don't think I've cried in 3 years, like out of frustration. 2 years. Oh, if you're so fucking smart, Trish, when's the last time I cried? I cried during the birthday video. Yeah. I swore never to cry on the show again. I try so hard not to cry on this show. Oh, that's right. Okay, I do have cried during The Chosen. Maybe I do cry a lot. Maybe I'm in denial. Oh, you cried during the country song. Oh, yeah. Fuck, I'm a mess. All right. Maybe I'm not a good catch. Yep, you're right. I think you get a pass in movies. The last time I remember crying where I was like, man, this is stupid. When I left my kids one wheel somewhere and went back to get it and it was gone. And I remember I came home and I was just so fucking disappointed in myself. I felt like I just like fucking really let my kid down. Like, how the fuck did I lose his one wheel? I told my wife, I said, hey, I'm going to go in the bedroom and shut the door and just like have a quick cry. I kind of had to force the tears. I kind of wanted it was kind of like jerking off, like letting the poison out, but tears, like letting a little pressure off. Like, why don't we cry anymore when we stub our toe? How come? When does that stop? Oh, bro, I cried when I crashed my drone in the ocean last year. Yeah. That's like a weird kind of crying, right? Like you let yourself down, like you knew better. We got this brand new refrigerator and I got angry and slammed the door and it was only like 3 days old and I fucking cracked like a piece inside of it. And I didn't cry, but I was just so disappointed in myself. I was so disappointed in myself. I was like, God, that's so unlike you. You don't lose control like that. I started tearing up at Little House episodes a while back, then got TRT. Oh. Pain crying stops for boys around 13. Isn't that weird? Yeah, I slammed a fridge door. Pretty boss, right? Oh, $1,200 drone. Dude, Jonathan, when I flew the Mavic Pro 3 into the wall, the other day, I was so anxious for about 8 seconds. I knew that I had destroyed it, but I hadn't. It was kind of like a win. All right. Anyway, I thought that was a pretty good list. You can cry at movies and people die. Other than that, push that shit down. Push it down. All right, I did enough hating on the Republicans today. Time to balance this shit out a little bit.
The first Black woman to achieve the rank of Major General in U.S. history. All of these people have two things in common. One, they are American heroes who made outstanding contributions to their communities and their country. And two, you can no longer find their photos on certain U.S. military websites. Why, you may ask? Because they are Black. So these...
Actually, no. That was a bold-faced lie. Maybe the reason you couldn't find those people on U.S. government websites was because you were looking at the wrong website. You showed in your video the U.S. Marines website and showing that there was an error code. But every single person you just mentioned was in the Air Force. So you know what I did? I typed those names into airforce.mil, and do you know what I found? All of the information that you pulled for your video. So when you pretend like Trump is getting rid of people because they're black and removing them from government websites, but the truth of the matter is you're just too dumb to look at the website that matches the branch of the military they're actually in, I can't take you seriously. And you need to do better.
Jay Harris.
Does it seem like, I like Joel Patrick, does it seem like a lot of the black conservative influencers are gay? Joe, can you weigh in on that? It does seem that way, right? Like they got a little gay affect. Why would I have any insight into that? Well, you have insight into everything. You know about cell service and signal stuff, and you're in the gay conservative people. Joe, do you know more gay people than anyone in the chat? I rest my case. Pat Lang, I don't understand the Trump is racist stuff. Well, we understand it, but we just know it's not true. Well, any more than it is true. I don't know any. I don't know many. You don't know many. Oh. That's probably good. You should hang that's good. I like that. No one should know more people than everyone should know just the right amount of people that fits kind of the demographic of the world population in an ideal state. You know what I mean? Like everyone, 13% of your friends should be El Negros, 1.4% should be Native Americans, whatever it is, 0.5% should be Jews. Like you should ideally. What's the tranny population? 0.05% of your friends. You should always round up. Everyone should have but 80% of your friends shouldn't be like gay, and all your friends shouldn't be straight. No, I'm not like a race quota, but just so you have your pulse. You know what I mean? Just if you have your pulse. Like if you're a black dude and you have no white friends, or you're a white dude and you have no black friends or black interaction, like you're just missing out. You know what I mean? You're culturally deprived. Here's the thing. Here's another way to think of it. If it works in your, I don't want to promote promiscuity, but you should bang every race. You should date every race. How's that? Intimate. You should. Okay, bang's a little. You should French kiss every race. You should have tongued a white person, a black person, an Asian person, Mexican person. I don't know if Mexicans get their own. Mexicans are really just a mesh of all three of those. Asian, black, and white. Yeah, taste every taste. Yeah. You should stick your tongue in everyone's, like all the mouths. Standy, don't be racist. Smell every smell. Yeah. Hey, should you kiss every sex? No, I don't think so. But do what you want to do. I ain't hating. You know what's interesting is yesterday it's kind of like going back to the thing where like you should be able to tell the difference between if someone's healthy, like what you're attracted to in the person, whether you're attracted to them because of the way they look or whether that they're healthy. Like you know that chick that I pulled up from OnlyFans the other day, Sophia Rain? She doesn't look like she's worked out a day in her life. Like that shit, like she looks like a girl who has an 18-year-old body that's just coming into fucking womanhood. That shit, if she don't start working out, is like got the shelf life of like 6 more months before that shit completely falls apart, right? And like if you work out, you know that. You have no fucking hamstring development. So I'm not saying it's good or bad, but you should be aware of that. The same with, you ready for this? Chicken shit. Everyone that comes to my house, like after I put chicken manure down, like thinks it stinks. Like I smell manure and chicken manure, and I'm like, yes, it's gonna be a good fucking season. It is gonna be like, I know. I'm not repulsed by it. I'm like, wow. I see the fucking vegetable garden as I'm tilling the soil covered in millions of those little flies that are there because the fucking soil's rich. I'm like, yeah. Yeah, hamstrings are incredible. I love hamstrings. Hammies and laddies. Naturally attractive, funny, smells good. Yeah. God, my wife smells so good. I smell chicken shit and think, yes. I need someone who would not be dead weight during the zombie outbreak. Yeah, that's good too. All right. I think that's the show. That's a wrap. I was concerned this morning. I feel like I couldn't even talk this morning. I mean, before I came on the air. Maybe that's why I was 7 minutes late. Maybe I need to take a week off. You think that would be good if I took a week off? You think I'd come shot out of a cannon? You think like doing the show every morning is just like masturbating every day? Maybe I need to take a week off. You'll host the show for a week, Joe? Boy, listen, instead everyone's like, no, Sevi, don't leave us. It's you wouldn't be able to do it. The chat's great without you. Take a leave of absence. I'll fill in. Oh, wouldn't that be crazy? Wow. The Pat and Joe show. The Pat and Joe and Pat show. Jeez. I'm getting ready to grow my hair out again, long. I'm gonna go for the Jesus look. I'm gonna try to look like Jesus. Hey, oh, hold on. Wait. No, not yet. 1 second. Today the last day to do pre-orders?
No, that was yesterday.
Oh shit. Well, if you didn't get your
But
yellow
we made
Vindicator
it.
shirt, you're fucked.
Mine open it up again as we get a little closer.
Oh,
And we'll
okay.
have some at the booth as well.
Oh yeah. Okay. Listen, you guys got to get those. That'll be fun. Get those yellow shirts. They're cool. They say Syndicate Crown on them. They say CEO Sevon Podcast, and then we can all go out onto the field and take a group photo. I'm actually pretty excited about that.
Yeah, it's gonna be really cool. And Wilson has been by far the best event organizer to work with, aside from JR, of course.
Yeah, Dave told
But
or
Wilson's
Souza told me he's
constantly
incredible.
throwing ideas out.
Yeah, Souza
Yeah,
said
he's
a
constantly
beast.
throwing ideas. I mean, the shirt was his idea,
Yeah. Yep.
so that was really cool. Okay, I need some advice.
Mm-hmm.
I just booked an Airbnb for TFX in Oklahoma City,
Oh, cool.
and I'm staying. Taylor and Bryson are staying with me.
Oh, awesome.
What are your survival tips for living with Taylor?
They are so straight laced. You're going to be first of all, they're always working. So they'll always have a computer open. They don't drink. They only eat steak and fruit. And they say the funniest shit. If you don't like seeing
I made
naked
sure we had
men,
a grill at the house.
yeah, if you don't like seeing naked men, you should let that go because he does pee. He'll pee anywhere. So like you'll be like out in the patio just listening to the birds, drinking your morning coffee, and you'll look over and he'll walk by you buck naked and pee in the backyard. Other than that, and he's got a nice body, so it's just weird because you're not used to seeing strange dick in the morning. But other than that, it's cool.
The house description said it had some sort of like urban pool or whatnot.
Yeah.
So I looked at the pictures, and it's literally a horse trough, a steel horse trough in the backyard.
Oh, and what's in the horse trough?
So that'll be fun.
What's in the horse trough?
Apparently, you can just fill it with water, and you can use it as a pool.
Yeah, those dudes would do that. Those dudes have are really comfortable with nudity. My sister was explaining to me that the whole younger generation the dudes are comfortable with nudity. Like they do a lot of dick slapping stuff. I didn't really do that stuff.
I don't want to see Bryson's butthole.
No, I saw it once.
See Bryson's butthole.
Hey, let me tell you, I have a super high threshold for fucking weird shit. I did not want to see Bryson's butthole either.
Yeah, something tells me there's gonna be butt stuff.
Probably not too much.
They're cool.
Stuff.
I've never stayed with them. But at JR or at Crash when we were all there, they came over to where we were staying and they like took over the kitchen. Yes. Bryson cooked up a bunch of steak. Taylor cooked up a bunch of stuff. So
they're the
I'm
best.
Not too concerned.
Yeah, they're the best. There'll be energy drinks, blueberries, and steak everywhere. I am so excited to hang out with those two again. They're the best. Everyone's so thoughtful and considerate.
I'm planning on a Costco run.
Yeah. I mean, that's basically all they live on.
That'll be fun.
Yeah, they just live on berries and meat. And C4s.
I didn't see Colton. I didn't even know was going. He put in the comments, yes, you can stay with us. It'll be good.
Colton Mertens is going to TFX?
Yeah.
Where do you see that in the chat comments on
He's
the 7
put in
podcast?
the comments. Yeah.
We'll
make room.
Oh shit. Oh yeah, you're gonna have so
it's gonna be fun.
much
I've
fun.
been seeing more and more people.
And Taylor and Colton they bring the best out of each other. It's some funny shit.
That sounds like a good head-to-head Kill Taylor on Saturday. Live from TFX.
When is TFX?
The 16th of May.
Oh, okay. Were there 2 semifinals
The
this weekend?
through the 18th.
Travis?
There was Copa Sur. I don't know if there was anything else.
Oh, okay. Someone told me that the girl who won Copa Sur took last place at Wadapalooza. Is that true?
Are you surprised?
No.
I don't know anybody that. The only time I've ever known somebody at Copa Sur is when Guy would do it.
Okay. But Kalen Souza's going. I recognize him. He's cool as shit. He's been on the show.
Nice.
All right. Thank you. Have fun. Yeah, I look forward to it. Hearing stories. All right. They'll podcast live from there too, so that'll be fun.
Well, yeah, I think he's doing kind of another blog or another behind the scenes type of thing like he did at Mayhem.
Yeah,
I think that's why he's going.
Yeah, people love that show. The fucking comments are crazy.
It's fun. Dude, I like the Mayhem one. I did like the tip of get rid of the fisheye lens because that was kind of weird. So they're just going to get better and better.
Yeah. All right, cool. Thanks, dude.
Cool. All right, man.
Bye.
Be touched. Bye.
That's a dream come true to stay with Bryson and Taylor. They're great. Yeah. The comments on this video, it's live now. Got 71 comments that they're all positive on this Mayhem Classic behind the scenes. Oh, look, there's an interview with Mr. Royce. I even saw Royce was in the comments. Oh, look, there's Taylor and Coach L.
Okay, kind of same, a little bit. Colton crushed the open, so I think he has a good shot. It'll be tough, but.
Wow, they did get a lot of good interviews.
Nobody see how I'm training every day, yeah? Only my wife.
Have you watched 50 First Dates?
No.
You know the what? Okay. Do you know the brother who wears the mesh shirt? You gotta look.
Steroids, bro.
Yeah. You gotta look up the picture.
Are you saying it's too tight, bro?
No, it's just mesh like that.
Okay, I'm uncomfortable. God bless Rios for making anyone's camera work look good. Yeah, good point. Rios is the shit. David Weed, wow. Taylor's so good with people. David really feeling the Resurrection Day vibes. Really positive today, Mr. Weed. Take you off of suicide watch. I can't believe Hopper hasn't watched 50 First Dates. I've never even heard of that movie. Taylor was really good interviewing. David's gone soft. It was a good video. It could use more Colton. Maybe the next episode. All right. The takeaway is everything you say and do is being recorded. Don't let anyone blackmail you. We should be more tolerant of our fellow man, especially if people are being blackmailed. I think I'd pretty much tolerate anything except for kitty shit. You know what I mean? Like Dana White slapped his wife in public. They got footage of you jacking off to tranny porn, whatever. They got you blowing a Filipino guy at the fucking through a glory hole at the beach in San Francisco, whatever. You're being blackmailed, just let it fly. Unless you did some kitty shit, then kitty shit or rape shit can't really really makes you a piece of shit. Other than that, no, someone else has done worse. Oh, maybe we're on the same algorithm. Oh, why am I listening to everything you do? There you go. See? All right. Have a good day, guys. Be good. Do something nice for someone. Give up a parking spot. Love you guys. Oh, I'll see you later on today if Dave does his weekend review. I'll see you guys again later on today. All right.